Down. Good girl. Perfect. Down. All right, let me see this guy. Do a couple demos. Doing a good job right there. Kobe, place. Good. Good. Down. Good. Good. Looks at it, comes back to you, pay that motherfucker. Okay. All right, so bring him back. Break. Steady, Brosie. Down. Sorry, I confused her. So what I want you to do is I want you to walk over to the placemat. Right before you get there, say, Kobe, place. Lead him up. Use the food, put it to his face, get him to sit, get him to down. The goal is just to have him be calm right next to this super high level stimuli for him. Easy peasy. Good. Sit. Oh, good. Perfect. Grab another piece. Stay where you're at, grab another piece. Down. Good. Good. And then so just let all the excess leash go, but keep that much. Perfect. Take a step back. Come back and pay him. So right now, because he's stationary, we're going to use good. Remember?
Oh, good.
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 Yep. Good.
Good.
Take one step back. Come back. Good.
Good.
Perfect. And then YES on the break. Ah, he cheated. We're going to try that again. You see how he broke before you told him yes?
Yeah.
So we want that marker to be very effective, and if he's breaking before we say it, he's kind of cheating the game.
Okay.
He's not to move until you give him the YES.
So say break?
You could say YES.
Yes.
Rosie, place. Good. Down. All right, let's do it again. Actually, you know what? This time, I'm going to do a little demo for you. Good boy. On your way over here, stay, Rose. Come here, bud. On your way over here, you can shorten your leash up a little bit like this. Steady. Place. Good. Sit. Good. Down. Rosie, stay. Yes. Good. Just like that. Try that out. Stay, Rose. Good job. You can use that leash to steer his ass. You feel me? Good.
Sit. Sit.
Good. Down. Pay. Drop the leash. Right there.
Yes.
Perfect. Rosie, yes. Good job. Not bad, bro. Doing pretty good. All right, so Rosie here. Hey.
Sit.
Rosie, sit. Down. All right, so what we're gonna do is you're gonna slowly reach to the carabiner and unhook it. Take the collar off, or not the collar, but just that, and say break.
Break.
Good, and let him do whatever he wants now. Break. So we're gonna reward him with free time because he's been fucking complying, and we're kind of making him do shit. Mm-hmm. Doing great, doing great, doing great. Now do whatever you want. And here's the thing. You just allowed this free time. Mm-hmm. It's not just the dog aimlessly being a fucking psycho. He done like earned this freedom.
Okay.
So that's it. Like that type of management. So when your friends come over with dogs and shit, be like, hey, here's an opportunity to do exactly what we just did right there, mm-hmm. which is essentially and effectively teaching him that just because there's another dog present, it doesn't necessarily mean it's fucking party time. Mm-hmm. This is gonna help with overall like reactivity on walks and shit too, because his association is now like, oh, I'm like used to being calm around dogs. It's not necessarily an invite to go be a fucking psycho with mm-hmm. that dog over there. You feel that?
Yeah.
Because I think you'll see, he really wants to go do that. And so if your friends come over with the dog and you don't do anything like this, at least for just a little bit, to me, that's sort of a wasted opportunity to hammer that home.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that you're actually spending, I always say this, there's people that spend time with their dogs, a lot of it, and they're still struggling. And it's because they're not spending really productive time with them. And it doesn't have to be a long duration. If you do this for 5 to 10 minutes, boy, is that 5-10 minutes the game changer.
Okay.
It's just to separate, hey, it's time to work versus do what the fuck you want instead of do what you want all the time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now look at him. This is like the type of shit that you get when you're constantly working with him. He's just fucking waiting for you, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now granted, there's not I mean, obviously we brought in Rosie as a stimulant. This type of shit is what we're going to be looking for down the line when you're out in public. Nothing else matters because you're constantly engaging with him, and it's like it's you and him as a team and shit like that. So good, you could pay that. So good right there.
Good.
Now good, you could.
Good.
You're gonna. He just offered that. Since he's offering it, pay that.
Pay that, okay.
So that's considered free shaping. If he's doing some shit that you really like, and you didn't ask for it, still pay that shit.
Okay.
Because he's kind of like, oh, will this get me paid? Will this get me paid? Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. You do some cool shit like that. Be calm, be in a down. You're reinforcing that I love that behavior. That's it.
Okay.
Over and over, and then shit, man. Let me see a piece of food. Rose. You want a piece of food? Heel. Good. Down. Down. Sit. Heel. Down. Rosie here. Good girl. Rosie down. 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 Kobe. Rosie. Boom. Shit, dude. The reason I've done it so many times with her, I could just put her down and you know what I mean? And everything that I'm telling you right now is everything that I've done with her. So all I could say is with consistency, bro, you end up with the same product that I have here. There's nothing that I'm teaching that I actually haven't done myself and produced with my own personal dogs. Rosie loves people. Yeah. And a lot of people at home might be wondering, hey dude, why are you letting this guy pet your dog when I'm constantly saying I don't let people pet my dog? Yeah. I never said that I never let people pet my dog. All I said is it's very specific in whom I do let. And the reason for that is out in public, here's the lesson before we go out there. There might be somebody like, oh, what is that, a Doberman? And fucking try to come in for it. Okay. You're like, no, I'm sorry, we're working. And that in that context, it's important not to let that happen because what are we trying to accomplish? We're trying to accomplish, dude, nothing else matters but me and you. Yeah. And if you're allowing people to pet him, you're now giving him you're now teaching him what another human being is significant of, and that is excitement. I don't want him to get excited when he sees people, but if he gets excited to see me because I'm Uncle Chad, that's cool. Yeah. But we're being very specific on when we do and when we don't. Okay. In my opinion, we're not confusing the dog because we're being very precise. Like in this context, I'm Uncle Chad. I'm not some fucking Joe Schmo on the street. Hey, what is that, a Doberman? What's that on his ears? Let me pet him. No, dude. I appreciate you asking, but we're working. 10 out of 10 people would be like, oh, okay. And if they have a problem with it, that's their shit to deal with. You know what I mean? Because, good boy. He did so good with potty training, bro. Yeah. Oh, especially the Corso made my life hell, bro. Especially dealing with my back pain right now. Oh, yeah. I had to change his fucking crate every single morning and afternoon and night. Good boy. That's a guy. Good. Good. Perfect. Good. Yeah. Good. You're going to be showing off to your people, bro.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I feel pretty good about the foundation that we've been able to set for him, so I hope you're happy, my bro.
No, definitely.
For sure.
He definitely wasn't like this before, especially when he was younger, so.
Yeah, well, again, not too much is to be expected for even now at 5 months? Yeah. Such a young boy still. So he's just, you know, the idea of perfection and all that, it's even for Rose, like there's no perfect dog. What I say is they're always, even after they're trained, there's always going to be moments where they're going to need our help, dude.
Yeah.
They're going to need information. And that's why I e-collar for her, because, well, I tell you what, there's things that she's super weak to that if I don't have her e-collar on, it's really hard to get through to her. And if you ever wanted to consider e-collar training, you know, down the path, like if another goal in the future is like, hey, I want to be able to take my dog anywhere and have off-leash reliability, boy, e-collar there is no better tool for that. And the reason is because what it does is it gives you, like, I know, bro, with this on her, with this on her, I know I'm getting her back. I don't have to fucking wonder if she's going to respond to my command or not. Without it, she goes so full fucking red zone on a squirrel, because that's namely what her issue is like any prey, cat, lizard. It's like she goes on a new, like, she's not there. And a tap of the button, she's like, oh shit, okay. I get her to come back to me, my cat gets to live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and as far as I'm concerned, that's her biggest struggle. So I know that if I can get her off a cat, I can get her off anything in life. So, but we've been doing this, she's 10, bro. So like this in no way is comparable at this point. You guys have many years to come of continue forging and building. And then you're like, you know what? We're doing great. And I feel like I'm ready for that next level. Let's do some off leash, you know what I mean? If that's a goal of yours. But that's like next wave of training. You guys have tons of stuff to do in the meantime. It's not particularly necessary. Matter of fact, I'll never put an e-collar on a dog this young. I put an e-collar on my other bitch when she was like 9 months, and even then it was just super low level stim. You would barely even feel it, but she can feel it a little bit. So yeah, but anyway, good boy.
Please.
Bam. Sit.
Sit.
Hand up. Good.
Down.
Pay.
Good.
Disengage. Now, if you and I continue having this conversation right now in your peripheral, you've already waited 3 or 4 seconds. Bam, pay him again real quick. Good.
Good.
Put him back down.
Down.
Point. Good, pay. You don't want to repeat the command too many times. Say it once. If he doesn't do it, lure that shit.
Good.
Now we're going to talk for 6 seconds. Nice jacket you got there, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's beautiful. 6 seconds go by, pay him.
Good.
Next time you could pay him right away. Pay him again. Now we're going to wait 7 seconds.
Okay. So just
Do you see how the reason for this is because it's like the fucking you sitting at like a slot machine. You're just like waiting for your fucking jackpot. You win a little bit. Oh, gets me a little excited. Maybe I'll fucking stick around for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Pay. Oh, okay. Pay. Lose. What am I doing? I'm still fucking checking in.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a little bit more. Boom.
Okay.
Same exact theory. And I like to switch up those times because he just never knows when the fuck he's gonna get paid again. So I'm just gonna stay right here, dog.
Please.
Good.
Down. Now sit.
He's doing it. Good.
Down.
Point. Pay. Good. Good. Step back and break and say yes. He cheated.
Please. Sit.
Hand up.
Sit.
Good.
Down.
Point down. Good. Pay.
Good.
He's kind of clumsy. I'm not gonna lie. He's a little bit clumsy, but we can do it.
Please.
Good.
Sit.
Hand up.
Sit.
Down.
Down.
Pay.
Good. Break.
Perfect. Pay. And now he just fucking does whatever. You could do break or yes.
Okay.
You could do break or yes there, but just take note of like how checked in he is with you. Anybody that wants to argue with me about hand feeding can fucking blow me, because you like hand feeding is like, if you've ever seen any of the shit that I've done and you're like, oh, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Hand fed.
Okay.
There's nothing more intimate, bro, than eating from one's hand. But what you're doing is you're spending the most productive time possible. And he has to eat anyway.
Yeah.
He has to eat. If you don't hand feed every meal from here on out, I still suggest like maybe like a meal a day.
Okay.
It literally takes, And you don't have, so right now you might be feeding one at a time. If you want to kind of buzz through it, but get the work done, handful at a time. You know what I mean? He'll watch, take a handful and just give it to him. Keep your hand open until he gets all of it. Look how quickly it goes down the hatch.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do one at a time, but still, handful at a time till the session's over. Boom, dude, you were productive for that day.
Okay.
So.
No, yeah, I definitely want to hand people like you release a bike.
Yep.